Hey guys, what's up? My name is Galaxie. Welcome to this series. So, today I'm just gonna continue from the previous episode state so you can learn more about the Docker command. So, let's get started. Now, I want to remove some image, and to remove the image, you can type the Docker command with rm. rm refers to remove, and I refers to image. Alright, so I want to look for the image list. First of all, docker images, which will give the list of image. You can see we have two image, ubuntu and hello world, and also you head over to this image tab and you'll see there are two images, right? So I want to type the command docker rm and image with I, and I can give the name of the image, or I can use the ID and paste it and hit enter. So it is saying that it has some error because we have some container using this image. To remove this image, we also need to remove the container first of all. To see the list of the container, we can do ps command with -a. Now here you can see I want to remove this container first of all, and I will type the command docker rm. Okay, it will remove this container with the ID. I'm just gonna paste it and I'm gonna hit enter. Then I'll just type the command again. There is no container. Now I will do clear and docker images, and I will put the command docker rm to remove, and I to remove the images, and the image name or image ID. And when I hit enter, this hello world will be removed. Just hit enter. It has been deleted. So when we head over to the images, there is no image available for the hello world. Let's move ahead. Now I want to talk about the Docker tags. So what's the Docker tag? What's it's all about? Docker tag is simply the versioning of your Docker image. When you build some image for the first time, you may have little dependency, and as the time grows up, you add many dependency for your project, right? So you need some kind of versioning, and that's where the tag comes in. Now I will go to the Docker Hub site. I'll put the link in the description. Just go over to this search box and click on it. I'll type the Postgres, then I will hit enter. Then on the first you will see Postgres database. Just click on it. This is the official image, official Docker image from Postgres. So you can see over here, and they have got different tags. This is just the versioning, and if we don't put the tag when we pull the image, then it will pull the latest. And in the production level, you always want to use the tag because it will make sure that your software will run smoothly. Please don't rely on the latest tag. Also, when you go down and there is some documentation, you can see how you can start the Postgres instance, and you can see the new command -d. This is for to run in the detach mode. For example, if you have like Nginx or Postgres or some other software to run in the background, you can use -d. If you want to interact with your Postgres or some other softwares, then you can use interactive mode. So -it means interactive mode, and -d means you can detach it and run in the background. Your container will run in the background basically. So let's move ahead. Let's open our terminal. Now I want to pull the image, right? So I'm just gonna copy from here and paste it over here. And now I want to give the tag to pull my image. I want to pull the Postgres latest image, so I will not give the tag, and I will just allow it. It's gonna download and you have to wait. Now it has finished pulling Postgres image, and which has the tag latest. Since we haven't used the Postgres with the tag, then it will fetch or pull the latest Postgres image with latest tag. Now I want to run this Postgres image in the container, and to do that I'll just head over to this site and I'll see the documentation and just copy this command and I will just paste it. Here is the run command to run the container, right? So I have given the container name some Postgres. You can change it whatever you like. I'll just say maybe my latest Postgres, and you can see there is -e command. This stands for environment variable. In order to log in with your Postgres, you need a Postgres password, right? So we have to use this environment variable. We will talk more about it in the later chapter as well. To log in with the Postgres, we need Postgres password, and we have set the Postgres password with my secret password, or you can just type whatever password you like. I'm just typing secret, and I'm just gonna run this Postgres in the background, and I have given the image name Postgres. It will use the Postgres latest image and run it. If I hit enter, okay, I have just put the additional $sign here, so that's why it's saying command not found. Just remove it, and we have the container ready. We have the image Postgres, and we have the container over here. And now when I hit enter, then it will create the container with this name, as you can see over here, my latest Postgres, with the container ID with this one, and it's running in the background. We have this -d command, that's why it's running on the background, because we don't need to interact with the Postgres for now. And if we need to interact with the Postgres, then we can run it in the interactive mode, which is -it. For example, like it could be Nginx and you want to run it in the background, you can use -d. Or you want to use -it with bash, then you can interact with your Ubuntu, right? We have seen it in the previous chapter. There can be many use cases of that. Let's move on. I want to stop this container docker ps, then it will show the running container, and I will stop this container of the Postgres. Maybe I'll use this and hit enter, then the container get stopped. Once again, you can check if any container is running with ps command. No container is running, so I'll do ps -a to retrieve all container. Now I want to run the Postgres container again, so I'll do just docker start with the command for that. As you know, my latest dash Postgres, which is the container name for the Postgres, and I will just hit enter to run it. It has run. To make sure, you can go over here, and here is the green light. It is running, right? Now you need to interact with the Postgres, right? So to interact with the Postgres, you just need a command which is exec, and this will execute the bash, because inside the Postgres you need some kind of interaction to do, and I will run it in the interactive mode, and I will just give the container name, that is my latest Postgres, and hit type, because I want to interact with the Postgres and I'm using bash, or sometimes you can use sh. If that does not work, I'll just use bash and hit enter. Now this Postgres container is running with this small Linux, because every image is made up of the base layer and there is some Linux with it. So you can see over here there is some Linux, and now I want to use PSQL to interact with my Postgres. Then I'll just type PSQL -u and the database and the username Postgres and hit enter. And you can see over here now I have entered the Postgres. So I'll just /dt to see the table. It did not find any table. Now if I hit slash and then list or yell, then it will give me the list of database. For now I'm not gonna use any SQL statement, so I will just quit it. To quit, /q and hit enter. Now you have returned to the container OS. That's the Postgres is running, and I'm just gonna exit it. Now you are back to your system. In this way you can interact with your Postgres or your software in the interactive mode using exec to execute the bash, or sometimes you need sh for the shell. Alright guys, we have reached end of this video. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.